Jacob Capra.
Really?
That's right. San Diego State right tackle. The Aztecs are 3-0 right now, heading into a big one against Utah State this weekend. The Aggies, so far so good, especially after last game, taking on New Mexico State and having two 100-yard rushers, all on the back of this man on the right side. Jacob, how you doing so far? Great season so far.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Now that last game, it sort of felt like finally all the pieces fell into place. The passing game obviously was there, but it was the rushing game, especially in the third quarter when you wanted to control the clock, where it really all came together. What happened at halftime that led to that?
Well, obviously people saw our first two games, and our rushing game quite wasn't where it was where we wanted it to be. We were passing the ball well over a win over UCLA, so that was pretty nice. But we need to get our run game together because, I've only been in Aztec for about 9-10 months now, but that's our identity. We run the ball and we're some tough dudes, and so we need to get that back. So, we just want to get back to our roots and run the ball hard.
Jacob, you did transfer from Oregon. What's been the difference so far from what you had in Eugene and what you have now in San Diego?
It's funny you ask that because, every single one of my teammates is asking the same thing. And my career up at Oregon was kind of weird because I played 3 years there, and over my 3 years there, I had 3 different coaching staffs. So it kind of prepared me to come in and learn the offense fast and learn a new system. And, each year was different. My first year I had Helfrich and Greatwood as my O-line coach, and the next year we brought in Willie Taggart from USF, who's now at Florida State. And my third year we hired Mario Cristobal from Alabama. So I've had to get used to new coaching staff. So it was hard, but I'm definitely thankful that it made me ready to learn another system quickly.
What made San Diego State so appealing? I know your younger brother is obviously on this roster that had to be beneficial for you, but what made this opportunity appealing for you?
Well, yeah, my little brother was committed to follow me up to the University of Oregon, and I was just thinking what was best for me and for him and for my family. And Coach Schmidt reached out to us, and I thought, well, they run the ball hard. It's a fun program. They're on fire. And you can't beat living in San Diego. So I had to take the opportunity.
Yeah, it's not a bad place to be. Jacob Capra joining us, San Diego State right tackle, did a tremendous job last game. It's funny when we talk about the offensive line for San Diego State, you're right, opening up holes for leading rushers in the nation like Rashad Penny in recent memory, Donnell Pumphrey. This year a little bit different, running the spread. When you came, you had one idea of what this offense was going to be, and now it's adjusted. How has that adjustment been for you?
I mean, obviously it was hard, but, like I said, I was a guard at the University of Oregon. When Coach Schmidt, my O-line coach, told me if I committed to San Diego State, I was going to be a tackle. So coming here, I already knew that I was going to have to make some changes in my game and my position. And, I just feel like my last 3 years of 3 coaching staffs and 3 offenses, and I just kind of prepared me for change. And it's kind of fun, the adversity, you fight through it, and you just got to take the challenge head on and, take it with some positivity.
Jacob Capra is joining us. Jacob, we've known Rocky Long for a long time. We love him because he's such a straight shooter. We asked him before the season with this idea of playing some of the spread, how that was work for the offensive line, and he says it's going to make it easier for the offensive line because they'll be spread out. I mean, he made it sound like it'll be a cinch. So you've played in so many different offenses over your college career, but is it true that from an assignment standpoint, operating out of the spread does make it easier for offensive linemen to find their target?
I mean, I guess it really depends on who you ask because, it depends. This is being my 4th offense in, and I picked it up fairly quick, but, I guess that question really depends. I can't give you a straight answer.
Well, let me ask you this, Jacob. Do you root for the University of Oregon, and would you want to play them in a bowl game?
Oh, I love them. I would hope to play them and kick their ass.
I love it.
I love them. They're my bros, but I would love to beat the crap out of them.
Yeah, you've really experienced something that I only got to experience in the NFL. When you play for a couple of different schools, it's that similar feeling. You have a lot of respect, mutual respect for the teammates you had before, but when you line up, I mean, it's war on the field. I hope you get that opportunity.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. By the way, go ahead.
I'm a middle brother. I have an older brother who played at the University of Utah, my younger brother who obviously followed me. So it's like, you love them to death, but you try to beat the crap out of them every chance you get.
I love it. I love it. Get your tickets at GoAztecs.com, by the way, for this upcoming game against Utah State. The Aggies, they come to town. Two teams that are undefeated facing off in front of a San Diego crowd. Should be a really, really energetic night for you guys out there. You excited to be back home?
Who, me?
Yeah. Be back home in Sdsu Stadium. It's been 2 weeks on the road.
Absolutely. I had 2 scrimmages there in the Weber State game. So this will be my 4th time going there. And every time I see it, I'm just amazed, seeing the old Chargers stuff and seeing how big and all the fans and the Aztec Walk. And I didn't even know about the Aztec Walk till my first game, and just the energy that was there and the fans. It was amazing. I can't wait to get back.
How do you guys feel about, here you're sitting at 3-0. The defense is the number 4 scoring defense in the country. Utah State's coming in. The line opens as a 2-point favorite. It's up to 4. Are you guys getting a sense of no respect right now being an underdog against Utah State?
I mean, it's not the first time I've been an underdog before. Before we played UCLA, me and my roommate in the hotel looked up the ESPN odds of us winning the game, and they gave us a 9.3% chance of winning the game or something like that. So it's not the first time I've been an underdog before. So ESPN actually thinks they have greater odds of winning this game than they do UCLA. So, being an underdog actually helps fuel the fire. So we're excited. We're ready to go. It's league time.
We hear so much about Utah State's quarterback in Jordan Love, but what kind of challenges do they pose with the defense you'll see from them on Saturday?
I would say they're definitely the best defense we've seen so far. They have some good ends and some good interior. They have the number 10, the Tipa, I think his name is. He's a pretty good redshirt senior defensive end that we got to be ready for. So everybody has their own special flavor and spice to it, and you just got to study it and be ready. But, yeah, they got some good guys that we'll be ready for.
By the way, I don't want any misunderstanding here. The Aztecs are undefeated. Utah State, they lost that one against Wake Forest, so they're 1-1 heading into this matchup. One last question for me, and we'll let you go. We know you're a busy guy these days. With Agnew in the huddle, what's that been like? How is he as a vocal leader of this team? What do you think of him so far in your short time as an Aztec?
Oh, I love Agnew. He definitely is not afraid to take control and lead guys and have fun while doing it. That's the best part of that. He's always smiling, always thanking us for our protection, always thanking us for our blocking. And, he's a very, very easy guy to follow onto the field.
All right, Jacob Capra, right tackle for the Aztecs. They're in action Saturday night, 7:30 at Sdsu Stadium. Tickets available right now at GoAztecs.com. Jacob, we appreciate your time, and best of luck this weekend.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys having me on.